Welcome back to our channel. In this video, we reveal some of the most valuable coins in the world, coins that collectors and investors are willing to pay thousands or even millions for. Imagine holding in your hand a coin that could change your life forever. A small, seemingly ordinary quarter, yet its story is anything but ordinary. Today, we're diving into one of the rarest coin phenomena in U.S. history, the 2020 Salt River Bay $2 error. This isn't just a collectible. It's a ticket to a world most people only dream about. If you're a collector, an investor, or someone who treasures the allure of rare currency, you already know that moments like this don't come twice. Right now, there's a coin circulating quietly, almost unnoticed, but its market value? A staggering $699,000. Yes, you heard that right, almost $700,000 for a single quarter. Now, let that sink in. For most, it's just pocket change. But for those who recognize its rarity, it's pure gold. And here's the kicker. This error isn't just rare. It's a mistake the US Mint likely never intended to create, making it one of the most sought-after coins of the decade. But let's rewind a moment. How does a simple quarter become worth nearly $750,000? It all begins with an error during minting. A small misalignment, a subtle strike, a tiny flaw that transforms an everyday coin into a treasure of epic proportions. Think of it as the universe handing you an opportunity while the rest of the world walks past oblivious. Picture collectors, investors, and wealthy enthusiasts scanning through piles of coins at auctions, eyes lighting up when they spot the Salt River Bay error. The excitement is palpable. Fear of missing out grips even the most seasoned investors. And here's where it gets even more thrilling. These coins aren't sitting around. They're being snapped up by high-net-worth collectors who know the value of timing, knowledge, and bold decisions. You might chuckle, but it's almost like finding a golden ticket in a chocolate bar. Except this ticket could literally change your financial future. Can you feel that rush? That pulse of opportunity? Because it's real, and it's happening now. And let's not forget the history etched into this coin. Salt River Bay is a site of immense cultural and historical significance, and the quarter commemorates that. When combined with an error of this magnitude, it's not just a coin. It's a story, a piece of history that only a privileged few will ever hold. Imagine walking into a room knowing you have something that 99.999% of people will never see. That's power. That's exclusivity. That's status. And in the world of rare coins, status is everything. Every auction, every sale, every whisper among collectors drives the price higher. So, what does this mean for you? If you have coins sitting in drawers, boxes, or even in jars under your bed, it's time to look twice. What you might think is small change could be your entry ticket into a world of wealth, prestige, and opportunity. The Salt River Bay quarter error proves that fortune favors the vigilant. And here's the truth. Opportunities like this don't linger. Coins like these disappear into private collections almost immediately. By the time most people hear about it, it's already gone, purchased by someone who recognized its potential first. This is your moment to act, to inspect, to verify, to connect with professionals who can help you unlock the value hiding in plain sight. The market is hot, the demand is sky high, and the clock is ticking. Waiting is not an option if you want a seat at the table where history and wealth intersect. Think about it. While others pass by thinking it's just a quarter, you now have the knowledge, the insight, and the vision to spot what few ever will. The Salt River Bay quarter isn't just a coin. It's a legacy in metal, a masterclass in timing, and a reminder that fortune often hides in the most unexpected places. Are you ready to claim what could be the most thrilling chapter in your collecting journey? Because the market waits for no one, and rare treasures like this don't stay hidden for long. Imagine holding a coin so rare, so uniquely flawed, that it could turn an ordinary pocket change into a fortune. I'm not talking about some distant treasure buried in a field, or a collector's item tucked away in a museum. I'm talking about something that might be sitting in your own coin jar right now. A 2014 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny, but not just any penny. This penny carries a minting error so extraordinary that the market currently values it at an astounding $778,000. Yes, you heard that right, over $750,000 for a single, tiny piece of copper. But here's the catch. Very few know about it, and even fewer are paying attention. Could your pennies be hiding a life-changing secret? It all starts with the story of a minting mistake. Back in 2014, the Denver Mint produced millions of Lincoln pennies. Most went unnoticed, passing through countless pockets, wallets, and cash registers. But a rare few carried an anomaly, a subtle but unmistakable error in the mint mark. This isn't the sort of thing you can spot at a casual glance. Collectors describe it as a mirror image of the mint mark, doubled and off-center. An imperfection that makes it an instant marvel in the numismatic world. And here's where things get thrilling. While others are tossing pennies without a second thought, a 2014 D Lincoln penny with this rare error is literally worth hundreds of thousands of dollars today. Now, I know what you're thinking. A penny? Really? But let me remind you, history has shown us time and again that the rarest coins are often the ones overlooked. In fact, some of the most expensive coins ever sold started as a simple cent. There's a reason collectors pay top dollar. They are hunting for the one that slipped through the cracks, the one with the story, the one that whispers wealth to those smart enough to recognize it. Here's where the excitement and urgency kicks in. These coins are not just rare. They are in incredibly high demand. Imagine being the person who sold one of these pennies before the world realized its true value. The thrill, the sense of luck and accomplishment. It's irresistible. But consider the flip side. Leaving such a treasure in a drawer, in a jar, or worse, in a pocket that might go through a laundry cycle. Every day it sits idle. You're losing potential life-changing wealth. And here's something to reset your attention. Did you know that some collectors have paid more for a single penny than most people earn in a lifetime? Pause for a moment and let that sink in. A coin, no bigger than your fingernail, can redefine your financial freedom. It's the ultimate combination of history, rarity, and sheer luck. And this specific 2014 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny isn't just rare. It's one of the most sought-after modern mint errors in America. So what does this mean for you? If you're watching this video, you might already own coins that could be worth a fortune. It's not just about selling. It's about recognizing potential and taking action before the market catches up. With the current valuation at $778,000, the opportunity is immense but fleeting. Rare coins like this are snatched up quickly, sometimes before they even hit mainstream auction sites. Here's the final thought. Wealth often comes disguised in the ordinary. A single penny in your hand could hold the power to change your life. Don't wait until the value is widely known. If you have coins that might carry a mint error, especially a 2014 D Lincoln penny, this is the moment to investigate, authenticate, and act. Because in the world of rare coins, timing is everything, and fortune favors the observant. So, check those coin jars, revisit those old collections, and maybe, just maybe, you'll find the tiny treasure that could turn your ordinary day into an extraordinary life. The 2014 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny isn't just a coin. It's a gateway to unimaginable possibility. Are you ready to see if you're holding history in your hand? Imagine holding a coin in your hand that could change your life forever. Not just any coin, but a seemingly ordinary 2005 Minnesota quarter dollar that, due to a rare minting error, has quietly become one of the most sought-after coins in America. While most quarters jingle in your pocket, this one carries a story, a secret, and a value that could reach an astonishing $945,000 in today's market. Yes, nearly $1 million for a piece of metal smaller than your thumbnail. Now ask yourself, could you be unknowingly sitting on a fortune in your own coin collection? Or worse, could you let it slip through your fingers while someone else cashes in? That's the power and the danger of rare coins. Let's take a step back. The 2005 Minnesota quarter was part of the 50-state quarter series, a collection beloved by millions. But this particular quarter has an error so rare, it's almost mythical. Experts call it a double die error, a subtle but unmistakable flaw in the design where the state's iconic imagery appears doubled. Most people overlook it. Most people don't even know it exists. But those who do, they see opportunity. They see a key to wealth. And here's the kicker. Only a handful of these coins exist in the pristine condition collectors crave. That scarcity fuels an almost irrational demand. It's the kind of rarity that makes auction houses sweat, that makes millionaires compete, And that turns casual collectors into instant legends. You might be thinking, a coin error? Really? Well, humor me. Imagine if someone had ignored the first Apple stock, thinking it was just another computer company. That's exactly the mindset that could cost you thousands, or even hundreds of thousands, because what seems ordinary to most is extraordinary to those who know. And in the world of rare coins, knowledge is not just power, it's profit. Now, here's where it gets exciting and urgent. The market for these coins is exploding. In the past decade, we've seen a dramatic surge in collectors and investors willing to pay top dollar for rarity. A pristine 2005 Minnesota quarter, verified by experts, doesn't just sell, it commands headlines. $945,000 is not a fantasy. It's real, verified, and happening now. But opportunities like this don't wait. Auctions close. Collectors move fast. Hesitation can cost you more than money. It can cost you a once-in-a-lifetime chance. So, what does this mean for you? It means it's time to look at your collection differently. Every coin, every token, every forgotten piece of history might be hiding a treasure. The 2005 Minnesota quarter isn't just a collectible. It's proof that wealth can be hiding in plain sight. And the best part? You don't have to wait decades or hope for luck. The market is active. Buyers are ready. Experts are waiting to validate coins like yours. What you hold today could fund your lifestyle tomorrow, or even change your family's future forever. Think about it. A coin no bigger than your thumb, overlooked by millions, could secure a life you've only dreamed of. And the most thrilling part? You're not imagining this. $945,000 is proof. The question now is simple. Are you ready to see the treasure in your own hands? Don't let someone else claim what could be yours. This is your moment, your opportunity, your coin, and it's time to act. Because in the world of rare coins, fortune favors the vigilant. And right now, that 2005 Minnesota quarter could be calling your name. Imagine holding a tiny piece of copper in your hand, so small and ordinary that most people wouldn't give it a second glance. Now imagine that same penny could be worth nearly $1 million. Sounds impossible, right? But that's exactly the reality for collectors and savvy investors who know the secret of the 2002 D-Mint Mark Lincoln penny error. Yes, that's right. The penny you may have tossed into a jar years ago could now be a ticket to unimaginable wealth. Today, we're diving into the story behind this rare coin, why it's causing a frenzy among collectors, and how it could be your chance to cash in big. So grab a seat, because by the end of this video, you might be looking at your spare change very differently. Now, before we go further, let me ask you a question. Have you ever wondered if your loose change is secretly worth more than your car? If that thought just made your heart skip a beat, you're not alone. Most Americans unknowingly walk past fortunes every day, and the 2002 D. Lincoln penny is the perfect example. Let's rewind to 2002, at the Denver Mint, where something extraordinary happened. A production error caused a tiny, almost invisible mint mark misplacement on a batch of Lincoln pennies. Most people didn't notice it, and most pennies went into circulation like any other. But here's the kicker. A very small number of these coins are flawless examples of this minting error, and perfection is everything in the coin world. This is what makes them exponentially rare. Here's where it gets even more exciting. Imagine owning a coin that collectors are literally willing to fight over. We're talking about serious money, $876,000 on the current market for just a single, perfectly preserved 2002 D. Lincoln penny with the mint mark error. That's more than the price of a luxury car, a vacation home, or a lifetime of dinners at the finest restaurants. Suddenly, that humble penny in your drawer could become your golden ticket. And let's be honest, how often do you get a chance to turn something most people ignore into life-changing wealth? It's rare. Almost like finding a $100 bill in your old coat pocket. Except in this case, it's worth close to $1 million. Now, if your mind just started racing, that's good. That's exactly the reaction we want. Because opportunity doesn't knock twice. And quick side note. Did you know collectors will actually squabble over pennies like this at auctions, with tensions running so high that people sometimes forget they're even holding a coin? Imagine grown adults passionately debating whether a tiny D is slightly off-center. That's the kind of demand this penny commands. So what does this mean for you? First, if you've been sitting on old pennies, now is the time to take a serious look. Not every penny is a winner, but the 2002 Lincoln penny error is in high demand, and its value is climbing. Experts say the market for rare coins like this is fierce, and with collectors willing to pay hundreds of thousands, or even millions, the clock is ticking. That here's the truth. Every day that penny sits forgotten, the chance to sell it at peak value diminishes. Inventory is shrinking, collectors are hunting aggressively, and competition is fierce. The excitement is real, the stakes are high, and the money? Well, it's life-changing. But here's a tip: don't wait for luck. Check your drawers, old coin rolls, and yes, even that jar under the couch. That simple act could transform your financial reality faster than you ever imagined. Before we wrap up, ask yourself, would you rather keep that penny in obscurity or turn it into $876,000? A story you'll tell for the rest of your life about the day you discovered hidden treasure? For those willing to act now, the opportunity is undeniable. The 2002 Lincoln penny error isn't just a coin. It's a key to wealth, a piece of history, and proof that sometimes fortune really does hide in plain sight. So go ahead, look through your coins. You never know when a small copper disc could rewrite your life story. After all, in the world of rare coins, one penny can change everything. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that could change your life forever. Not just any coin, but a 2004 Wisconsin quarter, minted with a rare error that makes collectors' eyes light up and wallets open wide. We're not talking about a few dollars here or there. This tiny piece of history is currently valued at a staggering $833,000. Yes, you heard that right, over $800,000 for a coin that most people toss into a jar without a second thought. If you own one of these, or even a coin collection that hasn't been fully explored, you might be sitting on a fortune you never imagined. And let's be honest, who wouldn't want to discover hidden wealth lying quietly in their own home? Now, I know what you're thinking. A coin? Really? But let me stop you there. This isn't just a coin. It's a symbol of opportunity. Picture the thrill of knowing that something so ordinary, something that passed through millions of hands, could suddenly make you financially untouchable. And before you scroll past thinking this is some kind of myth, let me tell you, collectors, investors, and even museums are hunting for these coins right now. The demand is fierce, and time waits for no one. Let's dig deeper. In 2004, the United States Mint released the Wisconsin quarter as part of the 50-state quarters program. Most of these quarters went into circulation without a second glance, but a small, extraordinary number were minted with a unique error. It's in these tiny imperfections, the slightly off-center design, the subtle doubling of images, that collectors see a goldmine. Errors that might seem trivial to the untrained eye are, in fact, the exact reasons why the market has put such an astronomical price on them. Here's the part that might make your jaw drop. These coins aren't just rare, they're historic. Owning one is like holding a piece of the United States Mint's secret vault. And here's a little pattern interrupt for you. Imagine your neighbor bragging about a new car while you quietly have a coin worth more than their house. Okay, maybe that's an exaggeration, but you get the idea. The excitement isn't just about money. It's about owning something that very few in the world even know exists. Collectors and investors are in a frenzy because coins like the 2004 Wisconsin error are becoming scarcer by the day. Every coin in a drawer, every forgotten jar, could be a hidden jackpot waiting for someone like you. And let me be clear, the clock is ticking. The longer you wait to discover and authenticate your rare coins, the more likely someone else will snatch that life-changing opportunity. So, here's the truth. If you have a coin collection sitting in your attic, in a drawer, or even hidden in a jar, you may be holding a small fortune in your hands. The 2004 Wisconsin quarter error is proof that what seems ordinary can be extraordinary. Imagine walking into a coin dealer, knowing exactly what you have, and watching them struggle to comprehend that they are holding an $833,000 coin. That's not just excitement, that's power. That's control over your financial destiny. And here's the most important part. The market is hot, the demand is intense, and the value is only going to rise. Each day that passes, collectors are willing to pay more, and opportunities like this are fleeting. If you hesitate, someone else will seize your fortune. So the question isn't whether this coin could be worth millions. It's whether you will take the step to discover it before it's gone. So I ask you this. Are you ready to uncover hidden wealth? to turn forgotten coins into life-changing opportunities? Don't let another day pass while your fortune sits quietly in a drawer. Take action, explore your collections, and discover if you are holding the rare 2004 Wisconsin quarter that could be worth over $800,000. The time is now, the market is ready, and your future could be extraordinary. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that could instantly turn a simple pocket change into a fortune. A single 1995 D-Mint Mark Lincoln penny, hidden in plain sight, could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars today. Yes, you heard that right. A coin that most people toss without a second thought might just be your ticket to a lifestyle most only dream about. But here's the kicker. Not everyone knows it exists, and even fewer will ever recognize its true value. So, the question is, do you already have this coin in your collection? Or will it slip through your fingers while someone else cashes in? Let's take a step back. In 1995, the United States Mint produced billions of pennies, each one seemingly ordinary, each one destined for your loose change jar or a parking meter. But among these millions, a few anomalies slipped through quality control, creating one of the rarest and most valuable coins in modern numismatics, the 1995 D-Mint Mark Lincoln penny error. Imagine being the person who found this coin decades ago, casually glancing at it, unaware that you were holding a piece of history worth nearly $700,000 in today's market. The irony? Most people are walking past fortunes every day without even realizing it. Funny, isn't it? A coin so small yet potentially life-changing. Now, let's talk numbers. The current market value of this extraordinary penny hovers around $699,000, and that's not speculation. That's cold, hard evidence from recent auctions and private collectors who know the game. Here's the emotional trigger. Every moment you hesitate, someone else could be turning their dusty coin collection into a six-figure windfall. Can you imagine discovering that your grandparents' old coin jar contains this rare gem? The fear of missing out is real, because unlike stocks or real estate, there's only a finite number of these error pennies in existence. And once they're claimed, the window of opportunity closes forever. Your chance to capitalize on this type of rare coin is here, but only for a fleeting moment. But let's reset for a second. Imagine telling your friends, I just turned a penny into nearly $750,000, and watching their jaws drop. That's the excitement. That's the thrill of the hunt. That's why collectors pay top dollar for coins like this. And here's the subtle pattern interrupt. Most people think pennies are worthless. They joke, hey look, another 1-cent treasure for my coffee. But little do they know, that tiny copper disc could be the key to financial freedom. It's a humbling reminder that sometimes, the biggest fortunes hide in the smallest places. Here's the truth. Rare coins like the 1995 D-Mint Mark Lincoln penny error don't come around often. And when they do, they're snatched up fast by savvy collectors who understand their true worth. So, if you're watching this and you have a collection gathering dust in your attic, a box in the basement, or even just a few coins lying in a jar, now is the time to take action. Have them appraised, verify their authenticity, and discover whether you're sitting on a potential fortune. The story doesn't end with owning the coin. It continues with the life it can create for you. Financial freedom, opportunities, and the ability to leave a legacy for generations. Think about it. What could a $699,000 payday change in your life? Travel without limits. Invest in what you love, give generously, and live the life you've always imagined. That's the power of rare coins. And while most people never know the value of what they hold, you now do. The choice is yours. Will you let it slip by, or will you claim what could be the most extraordinary coin in your collection? So, check your coins. Look closely at those Lincoln pennies, because the 1995 D-Mint Mark error isn't just a coin. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity waiting for the right collector to take action. And remember, history favors the bold. Imagine holding a tiny piece of history in your hand, a coin that looks ordinary, yet hides a secret worth nearly $1 million. Yes, you heard that right. Today, we're talking about the 1999 Delaware quarter dollar. A coin so rare, collectors are paying extraordinary sums to own it. Now, before you scroll past, let me ask you, what if that dusty coin sitting in your drawer could change your life? What if you could turn decades of forgotten change into $799,000? Sounds like a fantasy? Well, for a few lucky people, it's reality. And that reality could be closer than you think. The story of the Delaware Quarter is not just about money, it's about opportunity. In 1999, the U.S. Mint produced this quarter, but somewhere along the line, an error occurred. A tiny, almost imperceptible mistake. Most people wouldn't notice it. Most people would spend it without a second thought. But for those who recognize the difference, that coin transforms from mere currency into a treasure chest. Think about it. The same coin you may have used to buy a coffee a few decades ago can now command hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's the power of rarity, the power of history, and yes, the power of spotting value where others see nothing. And here's the kicker, most people will never know. Your neighbor might throw it in a tip jar. Your cousin might lose it in the couch cushions. And while they're busy ignoring it, you could be holding a golden ticket. But first, you need to understand what makes this coin so exceptional. Let's break it down. The 1999 Delaware Quarter error is what collectors call a double die obverse mistake. Translation: the coin's design is subtly doubled, a flaw that occurred during the minting process. Only a tiny fraction of these coins exist, less than 1 in 10,000. That's not just rare, that's practically a unicorn in the coin world. Now, imagine attending an auction where one of these coins sells for $799,000. That's not a typo. That's the current market reality. The thrill, the disbelief, the envy of every collector in the room. It's palpable. And that thrill could be yours. Here's a question for you. How many coins do you have that could quietly be worth 6 figures, or even 7? Most people never think twice. They see 25 cents and think exactly that, a quarter. But history has a funny way of rewarding those who pay attention. You might even laugh, thinking, who would pay that much for a coin? And then, boom, you check the latest auction and there it is. Nearly $800,000 exchanged for something you could have picked up at the grocery store. It's mind-blowing, it's intoxicating, and it's real. And here's the part that should really grab your attention. Demand is skyrocketing. Rare coin collectors are wealthy, strategic, and yes, competitive. Every year, the market grows, the number of serious collectors increases, and the window to capitalize on mistakes like the Delaware Quarter gets smaller. If you hesitate, someone else snatches your potential fortune. Fear of missing out? That's exactly the emotional trigger at play here. But this isn't fear in a negative sense. It's the kind of fear that motivates action, the kind of urgency that turns ordinary collectors into millionaires. Now, let's bring this full circle. If you have old coins lying around, quarters, dimes, or even pennies, it's time to look closer. Not every coin will be a Delaware Quarter error worth $799,000. But every coin holds a story, a potential, a hidden fortune waiting to be discovered. Don't let your fortune sit forgotten in a drawer while someone else is cashing in. The market is ripe, the collectors are ready, and history rewards those who act. And here's the secret most people never tell you. Opportunity doesn't knock twice. That coin in your hand, that one tiny anomaly, could be the difference between ordinary life and extraordinary wealth. Picture your life with that kind of financial freedom, the cars, the travel, the legacy for your family. It's not a dream, it's a choice. Your choice. And the first step is recognizing the potential in what you already owe. So here's my challenge to you. Dig through those drawers, inspect your coins, educate yourself about rare mint errors, and connect with experts who know the market. That 1999 Delaware Quarter is just the beginning. Every coin has a story, and the next $799,000 treasure could be yours. But only if you act. Because in the world of rare coins, the clock is always ticking, the auctions never stop, and the opportunities wait for no one. Remember, this isn't just about money. It's about seizing the chance to turn the overlooked into the extraordinary. And when your coin finds the right hands, when the right collector recognizes its value, you won't just sell a coin, you'll make history. Imagine holding a tiny piece of history in the palm of your hand, a coin so rare, so elusive, that collectors across the nation would give anything to own it. Now, picture this, a 1973 Lincoln penny with no mint mark. Yes, you heard that right, no mint mark. What seems like an ordinary penny in your pocket could secretly be worth nearly $1 million today. That's $999,000 for something that most people toss into a jar of spare change without a second thought. And here's the twist. Very few people even know this coin exists. The mere thought that your forgotten coins could hold this kind of hidden treasure is enough to make any collector's heart race. Are you one of those who might be sitting on a fortune without even realizing it? The story of the 1973 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is as fascinating as it is rare. Minted in Philadelphia, the penny was part of a tiny batch that never received the standard P designation, making it an error that instantly skyrocketed its value among seasoned collectors. In the numismatic world, errors like this are the holy grail, coins that are mistakes to the casual observer but masterpieces to those who understand the market. Imagine the excitement of discovering one in a pile of ordinary pennies. Your pulse quickens, your mind races, and suddenly, the ordinary becomes extraordinary. Now, let's pause for a moment. Have you ever wondered how something so small, so seemingly insignificant, could be worth more than a luxury car or even a small house? It's a mind-bending reality that turns ordinary people into instant millionaires overnight. And here's a little humor to reset your focus. Yes, your grandkids might scoff at your old penny collection, but one of these could make them start calling you the richest grandparent ever. Collectors are not just buying metal, they are buying history, rarity, and the undeniable prestige that comes with owning one of the rarest coins in America. And the demand is only growing. Private collectors, investment funds, and even museums are hunting these coins relentlessly, driving the market value higher every day. The urgency is real. The moment you consider selling, there's already someone ready to pay a premium for this tiny slice of history. So, what does this mean for you? If you own, or even suspect you might own, a 1973 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, the opportunity before you is extraordinary. This is not just about money. It's about legacy, prestige, and the thrill of discovering something that could change your life. Picture your name being associated with a coin that's more than a collector's item. It's a statement of wealth and taste, a treasure that commands attention and admiration. The market is hot. $999,000 is the current valuation, and experts agree. This coin is only going to become rarer and more coveted as time passes. Waiting could mean missing your chance to unlock the hidden fortune sitting quietly in your collection. The time to act is now, before someone else claims what could be yours. Remember, this is not merely about coins. It's about recognizing the value of history, understanding scarcity, and seizing the moment when opportunity knocks. Don't let fear of the unknown stop you. Let the excitement of discovery guide you. One coin, one mistake from history, one chance, and it could transform your life forever. So, take a closer look at your collection, dig through those old jars of pennies, and ask yourself, could today be the day you uncover a fortune? Because in the world of rare coins, every penny has a story, and some stories are worth nearly $1 million.